Hey, this is Neil, the Barbarian Dad, and I want to come to you today with a little bit of a review of the Worm Factory. There it is down here. Worm Farm. So I've been doing this for 10 months, something like that. And it's been a pretty successful run, I think. I haven't gotten as much worm compost as I would like, but I started it in the fall. So it really was going into the cold season in the winter. I kept it in my garage. My garage is insulated, so I was able to get a little bit of soil going, but I didn't really take anything out. It really started kicking up this spring, and I've added one box on. I really need to add in another box, but it's kind of what it is. I've been getting a ton of worm juice, and so I'll just kind of show you the setup that I have. It's in my garage again, and how it's working. Pardon the barbarians in the background. It's part of being a barbarian dad is raising little barbarians, and they are at the gates. So anyway, worm farm here. Got this lid. It's made out of pretty heavy plastic. It gives you some directions on how to feed them, how to manage the bin, temperatures, and all that kind of good stuff. You can see the operational temperature is between 40 and 80 degrees. It needs to be in a dry, cool location, what to feed them, and where to place it, and all that good stuff. So it's kind of helps you with day to day, like, hey, I don't need to put this in here, or hey, this is a good thing to put in there. So I just throw in whatever I can that's on this list. I try to keep a good mixture for them. I don't follow everything to the T because I have too much going on. So I'm not out here like watching this every day. I just throw scraps in it. What they want you to do is to throw food scraps in one corner down here, and you can see I just kind of throw all my food scraps and stuff in there. And we have a little barbarian visitor. He's running off. Okay, that's Barbarian 3. So anyway, I throw them in there and just try to keep everything compacted down. But you can see, like, I started putting this stuff in there 3 weeks ago, and I've already got vermicompost down there, so it's looking pretty good. There's a couple things to remember. You want to keep it wet, but not too wet. If you do keep it too wet, it's going to drown your little worms and make everything kind of gross. The good thing is it does have a spigot down there, so it will kind of drain out. So anyway, I just throw stuff in here and kind of keep some food going for them. They like it ground up, but if I tried the grind up worm food in my blender. A, it was a big pain in the butt. B, it was messy, and they're worms, man. I'm not really that concerned about it. But I do keep a layer. They suggest newspaper is like some bedding material. You can see mine's gotten kind of moldy down there, but I don't really care. And the worms seem to be doing fine. And I saw I put this cardboard up top, and I just use this little spray bottle that I appropriated. It says window cleaner, but it's just water that I spray down there to keep the top of that going. So we'll do the best we can with this iPhone video. Kind of raise it up. You can maybe kind of see down there the worms are kind of going. Some old tomatoes and such that are down there. Some other bugs that have gotten in there. Little maggoty things. I don't really care. I'm just trying to make soil, man. The little tiny worms and gnats that fly out of there, I mean, like other little worms, they were heavy up front, but it's stopped now, so I'm not really too worried about it. Okay, so that being said, something you do need to be aware of. Lost a couple worms. Something that you do need, they'll get up on the top of the lid. Something you do need to be aware of is this down here. You can see there's, sorry, bad video quality, but what do you expect? I'm a barbarian. So this is the spigot that lets the worm juice come out. You can turn it left and right. You can see worm juice. You get a lot of this stuff if you keep stuff flowing, okay? I pour this on my garden. You've got to dilute it. You can look online for what the actual dilution is. I don't remember, but if you pour it straight on there, it's a little bit too intense. I just pour whatever in a bucket and fill up the bucket with water. If it's not as potent, okay, whatever. I'm not too worried about that. But down in here, there is, it curves down, okay? And the soil can fall through there and compact and clog up this guy here and overflow from this area here, getting on your concrete or wherever you have it. So lesson learned. It looked like a flood of worm juice, which I'm sure that's really appetizing. But anyway, so I had to clean that up a couple times until I kind of figured all that out and get a big enough thing down there, because sometimes the worm juice just flows. Anyway, so overall this thing's been pretty great, helping me get rid of some kitchen scraps. I used to have chickens. I'm going to get chickens again, and so they might get a little less, but you know, you can't put meat in here, which is what I can give the chickens, and, you know, oils and fats, or else it'll stink and there'll be more gnats. Sometimes this thing does get gnats in it. I'm not too worried about it. It's far away from my door. I do keep a brick on top just to keep barbarians and cats and all that kind of stuff out. The tower does come with 3 bins. You can kind of see them over there. We have another barbarian joining us. Barbarian 1 and Barbarian 3. And so, anyway, it's been pretty good. The other thing that gives you, it does give you this little thing you can stick on your fridge, which is kind of nice. Shows you all the stuff you can give to them and some additional cares and waters and whatnot. Again, it tells you to blend stuff. All right, Barbarians and I are signing off for now. If you have any questions, post them in the comments below, and we'll try to answer those as best we can. See ya.